I was just on my personal page, hoping people will voyage over here to the SEIU-UHW Member Driven page and just kind of giving you a tidbit of what we're going to be talking about tonight. I am Ollie J Allen IV. If I am blessed enough to know you, I say welcome back. If you are brand new to what we're doing at SEIU-UHW Member Driven, I want to say welcome. We have a lot of exciting things to talk about tonight. I hope we'll get some questions. I hope we'll get some people who you want to know more about where we're standing and where we want to go. The thing that's really important is that we do it together. And I'm going to bring on my friend here, Tina Brown, so that we can do this live together. Ask her to jump on, and hopefully we won't have any technical difficulties that prevent her from getting on. So she should be on shortly. And while she is loading up, and there she is.
Hey.
Hey, I hear you, but I don't see you.
I hear you, but I don't see you. So let me see what it looks like on the page.
Okay. Are you on your on your laptop?
Yeah, I have it here. God forbid something happened. Let's see. It might be a little delayed. Okay, let's ask. Okay. So we're good to go.
Okay.
It did zoom in on your face, though.
Oh, it did? So
a little bit.
Not
as bad as mine when it does it for me. It's like, yes, I do have a mole. We don't all need to stare at it. Okay. Thanks.
Moles
Is
are
it
also beauty marks,
Clara?
just to remind you of that.
Okay. Thanks, you guys. Thank you for chiming in. That helps. So, Ollie, you can't see me. Sorry.
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Okay. So well, this is the life of social media.
It is. Okay, and then my camera had phased out into fuzziness, and then it came back into focus. So I think it's just going to be like that, y'all. These things happen. We don't control technology. Technology basically pacifies us into thinking that we run in something when we're not. So I'll give you guys salutations again. I'm Ali, and I'm joined with the beautiful Tina Brown, and we are here to talk to you about this. If you haven't been with us before, this relaunch of SEIU-UHW Member Driven. If you have been here, I want to start off by thanking you for sticking with us. Thank you for participating. Thank you for raising your voice. Thank you for raising your concerns. Thank you for making this movement something that can be long-standing. And understanding that your participation in this movement is not only what makes it incredible, but what makes it strong and what makes it, life-changing for a lot of our membership. We are on the right path. Everything that we need to happen hasn't happened yet. I'll be the first to say it. Everything that we want to happen hasn't happened yet. But if we keep getting people to participate, if we keep getting people to understand, the most important thing about being an SEIU-UHW member is not the name of your employer. It's the fact that you belong to SEIU-UHW. That's what's important. So whether you're in a small clinic that's run by 20 people, or you're in one of these medical behemoths that has thousands of employees, you are the important piece to SEIU-UHW Member Driven. And on that note, what is Member Driven? So we came together because it seems that current leadership, they have a hard time understanding the membership. And when I say the membership, I mean everybody. I mean the members, I mean the union stewards, I mean the e-board representatives. It's one of those things where we have needs and we have demands as far as our wages, of course, our benefits, doing things that ascends us in the communities we serve, serving our communities and being able to do that, making sure our employers see us not as a cog in their machine, but as partners who depend on their success also washing over us. That is an SEIU-UHW member-driven employee, member-driven union member. That's what it is. And it might sound simplistic, but it's really not. It's pretty complex because we are depending on each other for our own viability. And unions make that possible. They become this vehicle that can put all of us where we need to go, and we can put a hand out and bring other people with us. And with that being said, on this journey with all of you, I think the most rewarding thing is not just teaching about what unionism is and looking at it through my eyes and then describing that picture of it to you. It's for you guys to tell me what unionism is to you and then projecting that into our movement, becoming the lifeblood of our movement so that these things become possible. And with that being said, I cannot see her smiling face, but I want to introduce Tina to make some remarks. And Tina has been an incomparable part of what we're doing at SEIU-UHW Member Driven. So I am very happy to be on this live with her, even though I can't see her.
Thanks, Ollie.
You're welcome.
So it's definitely been a journey. And so for those that don't know, Member Driven really came together back in 2019, shortly after the bargaining session that we had. And in 2019. Yeah, so just a couple months later, or even right pretty close to that contract being negotiated, it was a very eye-opening time for many of us. And what was happening is that some of us had to kind of really dig deep. We didn't really want to easily admit it, but we were understanding that there was a lot of stuff going on in the union that shouldn't be, that could be done a lot better. We could really be helping our members a lot more. And when we talk about our members, we're talking about 100,000 approximately healthcare workers. A lot of them are women, moms, men helping to raise, their families and helping, in their cultural sense, right, to other family members. And a lot of us are struggling. And what happened is from my own personal experience, and what I'm finding out is that my personal experience matches many others who are still trickling in, right? And we welcome with open arms, because even as a steward, I didn't know what I didn't know. And since joining in with Member Driven, like my head has basically exploded multiple times with just the sheer amount of information, the education that I've gained. Like when I was a steward, I knew that for my area, Sacramento, we had e-board, executive board members. I didn't really know what that meant. I didn't know really what they did. I know that sometimes during our steward councils, they would come back and report information. I had no idea about the structure of our union, the history of our union. I just wanted to be a really good, solid steward who was helping members. And since not being a steward, what I have found is that a part of my identity is advocacy. And I think that a lot of other people share that. We don't just want to be healthcare workers. We don't just want to clock in and clock out. We want to help people. That's part of the reason why we get into this field. Also because we're in union jobs and we do get decent pay and great benefits and have certain protections that a lot of other people don't have, and soon hopefully will have, right? So I'm saying all this because even though I'm not a steward anymore, I find a lot of purpose in all the work that I'm doing with Member Driven. And so some of the things to highlight that what Member Driven basically is we are advocates for each other and for ourselves and for our communities and for our healthcare profession, right? So some of the things that we've done over the years is first and foremost by having this Facebook group, right? And that's kind of stemmed into other things, and we'll talk about a couple of them, but we try to post some of these videos on our YouTube page. We're going to be starting to work on our social media more, but what has that done? That's given people a voice that we don't have. I didn't know that almost every other union has membership meetings. And even though we have a large union, there's absolutely no reason why we don't have that, right? So what we're finding out is that through Member Driven, we're providing a voice and lots of information to each other, right? That doesn't necessarily mean that us member-driven leaders are doing all of it. We're doing it together with each other, right? Someone posts a question and we encourage everybody to engage and get in on the conversation. We also, over the years, have never made people jump through hoops to get to us to find support, backup, education, information, advice is a big one. We've literally removed the transactional piece out of everything that we do. So all of you out there who have sent me private messages, Ollie messages, everybody else from the page messages, we've never said, did you vote for us?
Right.
What's your political stance? Do you contribute to COPE? Are you signing people up for Futuro? It's literally, what facility do you work at, and do you know who your steward and your contract specialist is? Okay, let's start assessing your situation, gather information. Here's a screenshot. Here's a website. Here's something to help you. We've even attended some of your meetings with management, and I don't think that we have ever just left someone hanging. So we've taken out the transactional piece of it, and we really just try to show up consistently for people. And we keep putting ourselves out there. Nobody has voted us in to do this. No one is making us do this. This is not a responsibility that I've had to take on. Ali surely does not, as he's already a steward who helps all these people. And so we've opened the door that way. We also just really advocate for member engagement. We might have qualms with our union. Go ask people from other unions. They probably have some issues as well. So what we continue to do is we continue to say, get engaged, stay involved, ask questions, lend support, do what you need to do. We are the union. Even the people that we've elected or that hold positions in our union, they are part of the union, and sometimes we refer to them as the union, but we need to really wake up and understand that each of us play a vital role in this union, and that's something that Member Driven, I think, is really trying to push. We can hold them accountable, but we also need to hold ourselves accountable. When bargaining was done, when the election was done, we've never faltered. We haven't gone anywhere. We're still available. We're still providing a place for people to even come and just vent if that's what they need to do. So we continue to show up. And I think that we've really continued to provide a safe space. Some of you may have noticed we have started to allow anonymous posting. At transparency, admin of the group can see who's posting. But it's just another way for us to say, like, we want you guys to be able to ask your questions. We want you to be able to become more educated and to know your rights, to know your options, to know what to do, who to contact, what you might want to say. So I think that basically what we've really ultimately tried to do this whole time in every type of effort that we've made is to really be here to help members, stewards, executive board, whoever it might be, to really be more active in representation, their empowerment, and to be like really effective members. So Ollie, where are we going?
Well, I would want to say too, and Tina, thank you for like just putting it out there. We want people to be comfortable. That's one reason we discussed having the anonymous posting, because again, we don't want to be transactional. This isn't about if you do something for me, now I might do something for you. We don't want anybody feeling like that at all, because ultimately this is your company. You're a dues paying member. This is your company, and it should run the way that you see fit. You're an expert, you're intelligent, you're an adult, you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing. So those voices got to be braided together, and they have to reverberate in a way that makes the best sense for all of us together. So where are we going? That is a very complex question, and I'll tell you why it's complex, because right now we are in a climate that is very anti-union. I don't have to spell anything out. I don't have to put things out there in a way that is blatantly obvious, but we have a situation where all unions are threatened. I'll give you some examples. The auto industry is being threatened right now with the current climate that we're in. We see other folks like Amazon who are trying to unionize, and there are considerable hurdles to them being able to do that. We see these larger healthcare organizations who are putting hurdles in front of doing things like staffing to standards, or making good on bonus type incentives, or even working in partnership with the membership for their success and making sure that success is also reciprocal. We see these things happening right now. So where we're going is very much dependent on how much we participate, how much we roll up our sleeves, how united we are together. You have to have a member-driven mindset when it comes to your union. You have to believe in the membership that runs the union, and that is what's going to put you on the pathway in these really uncertain and certainly in a lot of cases treacherous times. You have to be able to do that. You also have to be able to look at some of the things that might hold you back. So for all my Beck Objector brothers and sisters, with every piece and ounce of respect I have, because a lot of you were responsible in getting the word out. You were responsible for talking to your coworkers. Some of you even became dues-paying members so that you could vote. And there is nothing that can be said when you take your disappointment and you flip it to make sure that your voice has a meaningful impact on changing your union. The fact remains, as a Beck Objector, you are not able to utilize, to get your voice, to get your angst, to get your disappointment and do something real with it, to put it on that vehicle called your vote that is the reverberation of your voice, and ensure that that is utilized to change the situation that your union's in. You're just not going to be able to do that. So I'm imploring you, Tina is imploring you, all of us who've been here with Member Driven from the beginning. We're not here to chastise or tongue lash. We're here to tell you that if you do not have your membership reestablished from you being a Beck Objector, you are cutting off your nose to spite your face. You are taking the disappointments that you feel, the anger that you feel, the inconsistencies you feel are happening, the lack of fairness, the lack of transparency, the lack of justice. You are taking all of these very important, poignant points, and you are yelling it into a space that doesn't exist, because there's nothing you can do in a real way to positively impact change. You are relying on other people, and you can't be part of that process. So we really want Beck Objectors to reconsider being Beck Objectors for the sole benefit of adding all of their intelligence, adding all of their pride, adding all of their expertise into creating a better union by being able to participate in a real way, which means being able to vote. So that's something we want you guys to think about. We've only scratched the surface, really, of this relaunching. We're going to have regular lives. We're going to get back into town halls. And our town halls, we want to welcome everybody in like it is a town hall meeting. It's a membership meeting where people are not only talking specifically about where they come from, their specific, facility, their specific classification, but you're talking about things from, what are your thoughts about where unionism is now in 2025? What are some of the things that you're experiencing or seeing in your facility or in your community that makes you feel like these are some of the steps, or those are some of the steps we need to take in order to solidify us as, union workers, so that we can provide, as healthcare workers, the best care for our communities, but also uplift each other. It's going to be important. It's not going to be about one person's thought or one person's perspective, because you miss out on all the brilliance that you're surrounded by, right? We have to get people to participate. And then, we're going to be ramping things up. We're going to be asking people to, give us your stories. We're going to be asking people to, let us know what representational victories you yourself have experienced, and what are some of the difficulties that you see, in your facility for you personally. What are some of the things that you would like stewards to do that maybe they're not able to do because there's too few of them? We want to be a handheld for stewards who are dealing with these incredible caseloads, but maybe a steward steward who has, and like stewards, I can tell you, I've been a steward for over 20 years. So you have some cases sometimes where you just need to talk about it. And you're not giving names out, you're not giving the specificity of what you've been actually helping somebody with, but you need to be able to, as an advocate, and Tina talked about this for other people, sometimes you need somebody to be an advocate for you. And that's where this space comes into play also. So this is just the beginning, y'all. This is, like I said, a reignition of something that hasn't died. It's been steady, but we're going to have to grow and get more participants, because our future without our participation together, as far as a union in this uncertain world, is less than solid. And we want to provide a space. We want to provide welcoming energy where people come in and they say, damn it, this is my union, and I'm not sitting on the sidelines anymore. I'm picking up a shovel and I'm digging with everybody else. I'm putting down that foundation so that my kids, who might one day want to work for Sutter or work for Dignity or work for Kaiser or work for any number of healthcare organizations within the confines of SEIU-UHW, they're going to have a better contract, they're going to have better benefits, they're going to have better wages, and they're going to be a better conduit to their communities than we even are now. So that's the pathway I envision, and I've talked to a lot of you, and I think that we're not different in how we would love to see things go. But if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. When I was a kid, I didn't understand that. I understand that now to mean if we want it done, if we want the change, we got to make it. So, Tina, I want you to tell us about this exciting aspect that we didn't have last time. Please talk to us about the website that we're putting together.
Okay. I'm a little nervous about it just because it's been the baby baking for a while. So we have our official website and it is live. So I'll put it in the chat, and also for anybody that's on right now, if you guys have any questions about Member Driven, for Member Driven, any questions, please put them in the chat. And if we don't get to it tonight, we'll definitely, or during the live, we'll definitely get back to it. But
Absolutely.
Okay, so Member Driven, as one of our biggest helpers continues to say, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And so we are constantly working and doing things to help people to figure things out. But one of the things is that we are slowing down. We've slowed down a little bit, and we're being very intentional. And one of the things that when we really think to the core of like what is member driven, it's that we want to be a resource. We want to help people. And one of the ways that we see that is through having a website. Not everybody is on Facebook or social media. And, not everything that is important for people to have their hands on could be like on YouTube, right? So we were like, okay, we need to have a website. The website is SEIU-UHW memberdriven.com. And this is a place where we want everybody, this is a call to action. We need all hands on deck. Every day there's not going to be something to do, but every day we need to be, when we're at work especially, conversating about union matters, right? And what we have created is hopefully a resource that we can all start sharing, where people can go to know their rights, get the contract, a contract. And that's something I want to mention is that we have a very low participation rate on this group from our hospital members,
Absolutely.
which is non-Kaiser workers, right? Yeah. And so like a lot of us from Kaiser, we don't really know that like about half of our union is made up of non-Kaiser workers. They're not affected by the PSP bonus. They don't have the same contract as us.
Right.
And so what we're asking is that for those of you who are not Kaiser workers, part of this group, or know people who are not Kaiser workers that are part of our union, please reach out to us through email, through the website. We want to get more contracts. We want to have a place where people can go and get the resources in one spot, not like, You need to go to this website for educational resources. You need to go this one for contracts. You need to go over here to learn about some of your rights. So what we feel like we've created is a website where there is updates for member driven, which is why you want to subscribe to the website. So the first thing when you get to the website, it asks you to subscribe. Please subscribe so that you can be included in the important updates and details. There's also a lengthy resource list where people can find resources such as knowing your rights. What is the Weingarten rights, and what can you do when you get called into a meeting by management? Contracts, union structure. If you're ever like, oh yeah, we've heard them talk about that, I want to see a visual of it. It's on the website. Educational resources for the Ed Fund and such. So lots of really good information, and this is accessible by anybody. So the website
Tina,
for us,
if I can add
yeah,
really quickly, if you know somebody who is working at Sutter or Dignity and they're part of SEIU-UHW or Stanford, we need you to also help us because we're reaching out to the hospitals and we have been, but I think the more the merrier. Per what Tina is talking about, we need their contracts to put on here as well. They know the ins and outs of their contract. They know the ins and outs of some of the things that are difficult for them to get the employer to abide by. We need them because I think what's happening and has been happening is we're siloed into what makes us important is the name of our employer. And then secondarily to that is being an SEIU-UHW member, when it should be the opposite. What makes us important is being an SEIU-UHW member, and secondary to that is the name of our employer. So it's really important for us to get our hospital brothers and sisters here because they are our brothers and sisters. Sorry about the interruption. I just wanted to emphasize
yeah,
that
it's totally pertinent. We have to remember that like Kaiser is a different beast when it comes to an employer, right? And also, our union is well aware that Kaiser is a very big employer in our group. They are the cash cow, right? So, like, a lot more attention and effort gets put into Kaiser. So, we literally have union workers in our union, like at Tenant, and some of these small hospitals, Tri-City, it's like they don't even know how to access their contract, let
right.
alone a 2-year-old version, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's just not something that they have access to, and we want to have it to be able to say, go to the website, it's right there. You don't have to like even for us, you can't go to our union website and just find the Kaiser contract. You have to type in Kaiser SEIU resources, and then it takes you to a special place. So we're basically just trying to, like you said, create a better pathway to more information that we all need and we should have, and we're union workers. And why have some of us been in this union for 20 years, 15 years, 6 years, and we don't even know how to access the contract or know what our Weingarten rights are or how to get our steward list? It's crazy, and we are fixing that. We are solution based, you guys, and we need all hands on deck. We need opinions, helpful opinions. We need helpful ideas on solutions. If you think that there's something missing from the website that you wish was there, please let us know.
Right.
We own the website. We created it. We can change it as we like. So we want this to be beneficial and effective. And okay, so there's that. So we need more participation. Please share the word to your people that you know who do not work at Kaiser on this group. You can private message us. You can send an email. I'll post the email as well. Please subscribe to the website. That's really important. We need to be able to communicate with people, and Facebook is not the answer. So really, besides that, we're just revamping. We're getting ready. We're being purposeful. We're working on our committees. Like Ollie mentioned, we are in talks about starting up our town hall meetings again. Our social media, being purposeful. If you guys have topics that you wish you were more educated on or would like to learn more about, again, put it in a comment, shoot us a message. let us know, because we want to be doing things that it's not like what Tina wants or what Ollie wants or what somebody else chose. It's like we want this to be really beneficial for the whole. And we are a large union. So we need to be hearing from a lot more people. And I want to say this, Ollie, this is like one of my personal things with Member Driven. I don't want to get emotional. I don't know why I'm feeling emotional. Let me take a second.
It's okay. It is emotional because, we're inextricably connected. And so it's, if you can't get emotional about something that you love or that's important to you, you're not living. So take as much time as you have. You got a captive audience.
So this is like a huge part of my life. And people joke with me. Even the other day, one of the social workers was like, yeah, Tina's a glutton for punishment. I think one of the reasons why I respect so much what we're doing is that it's not about us. It's about creating pathways and opening doors for some of the really cool, brilliant people in our union who have just been like blocked, right? People don't even want to be stewards, and being a steward is so freaking cool, right? Like, it's an honor, it's a badge to wear with honor. And so, like, we have these positions in our union, and I feel personally like this is something that I've taken on because I feel responsible that if I have a voice that I can use, that I want some really great people with brilliant ideas and real strong advocacy, core beliefs and things like that. I want to open the door for more people. And I think that's what we're trying to do, because we want to educate people and we want people to feel empowered and we want people to go to work not being scared. We want people to do their job, right? And we want them to feel good about what they do, what they went to school for, or the fact that they got in, right? And they have a union job. How cool would it be for us to take a survey someday where a majority of the people in our union felt proud?
Yeah.
And I think
Proud,
that's what we're pushing.
included, and we, Tina and I are of the mindset where we're not just here to provide information. We need information from you. Like, the best teachers are the best students. And that's something that I've fallen in love with Member Driven, because you, all of you who have been here with us from the beginning, who are foundational to this mindset of us union members running our union and the leadership that we have, feeling they are privileged to serve the members, not, lord over them or, kind of tell them what to do, but actual service. And that's everything that Tina's talking about. And it is emotional because so many lives are woven together. 100,000 of us, y'all. And it would be awesome if we had 95, 98, 99% of people, in my reality, in what Tina is dreaming about, who said, not only am I proud of my union, not only do I take accountability piece in making my union the thing that it is, the shining beacon of inclusion, togetherness, and ascension to, higher and more lofty goals, but my union is the vehicle that is going to open up doors for my kids' kids, for your kids, for your children's children. It's a special thing when you look at it in that aspect. And that's what Member Driven is here for. And that's why we are inviting all of you who've been here to invite more people. We want you to bring them to the Facebook page, but we also want to make sure that people are getting up on that website, giving us your ideas, participating, and knowing that we are what we need. That has never changed, and nor will it. Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate you.
Thank you. So guess what? I think, if this is correct, we're right at about 34 minutes.
Yes. Yes. We're not doing too bad.
And I cried like a baby.
It's okay.
I just love what we're doing, and I know that we dedicate a lot of time, but man, is this really good, feel good work that we're doing. And I can't wait for more people to be a part of it and to feel that, that, I know it's sisterhood, brotherhood, like
Kindred,
what's the word to combine that family, that like connectedness?
kindred spirits. Yeah, family.
Yeah. It's like it's such a cool thing when like people's light bulb goes off, or like
Yes.
they like, and then it's a hard thing. The other side of that, it's a hard thing getting messages from stewards from across the state
Yeah.
where they're so torn because they really love helping people and kind of feeling that strength and like and being a steward, but then feeling really conflicted with some of the stuff that's going on in our union. And so
Yeah.
I just tell everybody the same thing. You got to just do the best thing that's for you, right? Like,
That's
what
right.
is the best thing for you in your life right now? And just to know that whether you're a steward or not a steward, we have a place for you.
That's the best way to end the conversation. We have a place for you.
Yes. And we need you.
And we need you. All of you.
Well, I appreciate you, Ollie. You
I
have
appreciate
been
you, too.
the consistent beacon of hope in this whole thing. So I appreciate you. And yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this. And I appreciate you, Tina, for the many late nights of us, communing and talking about what the next steps are, and you making sure that we have all of these aspects of technology and communication open for us to be able to bring people in and treat them like they are our family. So
Yes.
it doesn't happen without you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep doing what we're going to do. And like Lisa said, we are what we need, and we are the union. So everybody be ready to step up.
Yes, indeed. We'll be talking to you guys soon. Remember, go to the website. We're going to post that on the page. Get more people to come to the page, especially invite your brothers and sisters, your family members who are working at other SEIU-UHW hospitals that are not Kaiser. They are our brothers and sisters too.
Absolutely.
Don't forget it. All right. Thank you,
Thanks,
guys,
everyone.
so much. Have a great evening, and we'll be talking very soon. Take care, Tina.
Will. Bye. Thanks, Ollie.
Bye-bye.